And we're on. This is episode number 6 of the Justyn Eddy Russell Show. I've been noticing that the audio has been out of sync with the video, and even as I'm doing this video right now, it's really distracting. I'm looking at the video, and every time I say something, it's about like 1 second late. It's really frustrating. The last thing that I'd put on YouTube, the last video, I noticed that the audio was out of sync. But, I could perfect it and I could, redo episodes, but that's just not how I'm going to do this. That's just not how it's going to work for me. This is something that I want to do and learn as I go along. And I believe that, I'm just having fun doing it in the first place. I don't know if, even as we speak, I'm pretty sure I need to give my my computer a restart or some shit. Because I can hear shit crackling. It's getting slow. It's doing stuff. I think it needs to do an update. But this is how I live, man. I live on the edge. I'm going to try and see if I can do it a whole hour while this shit is going on. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I'll just do this again. I don't give a fuck. I got all the time in the world. I'm not trying to kick goals or nothing. I'm just trying to fucking talk into a microphone and hopefully get some people to listen, and hopefully it's entertaining to some degree. Even if it's not, this is good for me too. I get to get shit out of my mind and into the world, or just onto something. I get to listen to myself talk. Actually, that's been a really good thing for me. I've been listening to myself talk and realizing how I can improve in talking. I say a lot of ums, I realize. And it's really hard not to do it. Because whenever you're talking and you're talking and thinking, you have these like little blank moments where the ums are like the spaces in your mind. It's like you're talking, hey, how are you? My name is Justyn, and I am from so and so. You know what I mean? Like it's like a I don't know. I kind of it seems to me kind of like a heartbeat monitor, but like you die for a second. It's like your brain is having like an aneurysm. I think I read that somewhere. Someone said something like that, where like your brain has several aneurysms throughout the day and you don't even realize it. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what it feels like for me sometimes, because I don't talk a lot. Like I'm not a person that goes out of their way to have deep and meaningful conversations with people that I don't really know. Like if I know someone and I'm comfortable with someone, I'll chat to you all fucking night, especially if you got a few beers in you. I will try my best to uphold a conversation that's interesting, whatever it may be. If I don't know the subject, I take great reward in learning from another person or people. But yeah, I'm not the kind of person that I would say that naturally I'm not a very talkative person. So this for me is sort of stepping out of my comfort zone. Like I'm not totally uncomfortable because I'm in a friendly environment. I'm in my house. I'm in my house within my office, speaking into my equipment. So I'm not like really I'm not being put on, there's no real pressure being put on me, so I can just talk shit. And I thought about writing things down and writing subjects down, but I just don't want to do that because I don't really feel like that I'd be able to flow from one thing to another without making it sound clunky. Like, kind of like, so this is one subject, this is the next subject. I just want to sort of talk, and whatever comes to my mind, just say it. And sometimes when you're just doing that, you just just being spontaneous, and sometimes spontaneous, when you're just being who you are, sometimes the best things come out of it. Not always. To be honest, I feel like you got to put out a lot of crap before you get the cream. And I don't think that you ever stop putting out shit content before you get to good content. I believe even people that are good at what they do, like professionals, professional podcasters or professional musicians, professional athletes, whatever. They all put out, I don't think they don't always hit the target, you know what I mean? So, well, I don't know, I think putting athletes in there is probably a little bit harder to sort of like make that work. But I think, especially as someone that's, it's people that are trying to create content, I think that even when you get better at it, you might write a song, that song shit, that's a good one. This one's even better. Like, I was just having a conversation with myself before, where sometimes you're just in a zone where you're writing all the time, and there's one song, there's another song. Sometimes you got to push yourself and go, I need to write lyrics for this and blah 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 blah. But I try to at least put my fingers on the fretboard, every day, and try and come up with something, even if it's just like a little ditty, and you might go, oh, that's nice, and then you might record it, or you might come up with a phrase that you might write down and whatever else, and but it's always like licks and like chord progressions and like things that I've said, and then I try and put things together, but then sometimes you just write song, and just starts plopping out of your head. And then there's some songs, and you go, oh, this song's really good. Oh, this one's not so bad. But every now and then you just get that fucking really good one that just sort of just pops up out of nowhere, and you're like, it's one that you, as soon as you hear it, it's like, yeah, I can feel this one. This one's good. And then every now and then you get those ultra special ones. And I feel, especially someone that's not, I'm just someone that really likes music and has, I put myself in a position where I could be ready for any musical opportunity. So if at any time someone was, a gig was to come up, I've put myself in a position where I can say yes at any time, give or take, I've created my life where I can come back from work and I can write a song. I can do my vocal exercises. I can do guitar exercises. I can just play music. Not all the time, like the way I would really like to. Like, I would love to just sit at home and just play music all fucking day long. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't do that. I feel like if I had the time, I wouldn't use it appropriately. Or maybe I would, I don't know. But I'm starting to really realize what hard work really means. And like, I thought about like the Beatles and stuff. Like, think about the Beatles, man. Like, they had been playing music ever since they were little kids, by what I believe, if my research is correct. Playing as little kids, little kids, and they don't have fucking phones or things like that are flashing in their faces all the time, and things that are screaming for their attention. They didn't have these fucking things screaming in our faces every fucking 10 seconds, screaming for attention. Look at me. Someone posted this, someone said this to you, someone sent you a text, there's an email, fucking blah, blah, blah. There's always something to grab your attention on this fucking thing. It's in your pocket 24/7, so you can't get away from it. Look, these people were smart and talented people. They really were. I also would imagine that if, you already have very smart and intelligent, just same thing, the fucking just intelligent people and intelligent creatively, you've already got that sort of, I suppose, natural ability to put things together in an intelligent way. And then on top of that, years and years of experience, but also hours and hours put in every day over a long period of time, you get, I would imagine, the greatest fucking band in the world that ever lived. I can imagine that is how it played out. It's not that they just popped up out of nowhere and they were just, sold their souls to the devil or some shit, and then all of a sudden they were just gifted with these talents. They were, by what I believe, pretty smart kids to begin with. But when you're playing as often as they are, or they were, and for a long period of time, playing all over the country for hours and hours, it just, if you had that opportunity, if you have that opportunity, you should 100% use that. If you have the time and you're not using it, fuck me dead. What are you doing, bro? Get into it. And so I would like to have that much time where I could be like, hey, where I could just play fucking music all the time and play in tour all the time and do all that sort of stuff. That would be that I would really enjoy it. I feel that's at least my dream. That's something that I would at least like to experience. Maybe I would fucking hate it in the end. Maybe I would. I mean, nothing's deterred me away from, going towards that so far. So I can't imagine that I would hate it. Maybe I would want to break, but I just can't imagine that I would fucking hate it. I just can't imagine that. And I need to create. I need to hustle, bro. For example, Monday, I started work at fucking 2:30 in the morning. That's some fucking night shift shit, bro. I'm not a night shift worker. 2:30 in the fucking morning. I get up at 1:30. Do a 12-hour day. So your 12-hour day... No, it was like 12 and a half or some shit. And I got to admit, I was pretty fucking tired at the end of the day. Came home. I fell asleep. That's an entire day written off, bro. And it's so... I was so upset the next day, bro. I was pretty happy that I got some sleep, though. I was pretty tired. But I finished work at 2:30. No, I finished work at 3. get home, have something to eat, fall asleep at 5:30, wake up again at 1:30. Go do my job, come back home, did another 12-hour day. I think I got to, I was about 2:30 or something like that. So I started at 2:30. I think it was either 11 and a half or fucking 12. Who gives a shit? It's a fucking long day. And a pretty intense one, I'll say too. But then today I started a bit later, so I had time at the end of the day to do my thing. So, just playing guitar, as tired as I fucking was, play guitar, try to write something, or like go over songs that I've already written, and practice those if I can't think straight. But all in the back of my mind, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but that fucking book that I mentioned in the last episode was about the Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. And I fucking love his phrase, man. Stay hard. Stay hard, bro. He doesn't say bro, but stay hard. He's a hard motherfucker. Read that book, been sort of, haven't gotten through, I've been going through the process of the 10 stages, or the 10 steps, 10 challenges, 10 steps, or the thing that he talks about. There's 10 of them. And I'm just been sort of going, breaking them down as I go along throughout the week. And so I had this whole idea, because like my usual starting time for my day, I start work at 5, usually I start at 5. So I thought my routine is going to be that I will wake up at 3:30 every morning. And just do something. So wake up, whether it be half an hour yoga, fucking some weights, I got some breathing exercises that I usually do every morning if I can, because it just fires. Do this breathing exercise and it gets my brain fired up. It makes me feel ready for the day. Sometimes I miss it though, because I'm a moron, and sometimes I need to get it in, but motivation. But the thing is, when you do those things throughout the day, so if you have certain things that you just want to get done, so every day I want to get these breathing exercises done. If they're not done in the morning, I want to get them done in the afternoon. But the good thing is, every time you do it in the morning, it's something that you have in the back of your mind where you're like, I don't need to do that now. I fucking did it in the morning before I went to work. So the whole idea was, get up at 3:30, do whatever the fuck you want to do. If you're too tired to go for, I've been meaning to go for a jog in the morning. I haven't though, because I'm too fucking tired. I'm fucking tired at 3:30 in the morning, bro. Anyway, the first day I started off pretty strong. I did some weights, just fucking dumbbell curls and some push-ups and some squats and fucking that thing that you do at the top of your head where it does like your fucking these fucking things, whatever they're called. Can't remember. Triceps, I think that's what they're called. Did that. Felt fucking excellent. Actually, I lie. I felt really fucking I think because it was my first day at trying that routine, getting up at 3:30, which I probably should be doing anyway, an hour and a half before I start work. But usually I wake up half an hour later. And I think just that half an hour earlier just sort of it was a bit of a fucking shock to me because I hadn't done it in a while. But anyway, I fucking got up at that half an hour earlier, and I did those weights. I felt fucking pretty good. Like, I felt good that I'd done it. I won't lie though. I felt pretty tired when I got to work, but I think that was just because I had a shitty sleep. I honestly think that's what it was. The next day, got up, 3:30, no worries, sort of. And I do these shoulder exercises because I've been having fucking really, for like the last 2 years, I've been having like really bad shoulder pain. Like it's like more joint pain than like actual muscle. But I found through a website that I discovered through another podcast called On It. I thought I'd research it. You know the podcast. Fucking Joe Rogan. I listen to Joe Rogan. Fucking, he's the reason why I started doing this in the first place. Why else would I fucking start a podcast? He is one encouraging dude. Very fucking inspiring. So he has that fucking website or some sort of company that I believe he's a part of. And he was talking about it. They're sponsored by him or something. So I thought, fuck it, I'll research him a little bit. But the thing that I was mainly interested in was the articles that he was talking about. So I looked up the articles and I found this article on shoulder pain, exercises for shoulder pain. And it's really cool because I only do just a few of them. I feel like if you do, well, my missus, she did, she sort of tried to do them as part of like an actual exercise, and then she found that it was a bit strenuous on her joints, which is exactly what I want to target. She said, I don't know if she had a great experience out of them. I think she was doing a little bit too much. But for myself, I feel like every single time that I do them, it feels like I've just massaged my shoulders. It's really strange. It must just be the blood getting fired up within that area. And I just feel like there's more motion in my shoulders, and certain things like push-ups were getting pretty hard to do. Every time I would do push-ups, the next day my shoulder would just be aching all fucking day. And so I started doing these exercises, and I haven't been I still have it, like there's still lingering pain, but I can cope with it now, which is better than what I could say about it, at least a month ago. So I just get these TheraBands that my missus has for stretching and things like that, and so I use them. So they're stretchy, and I can do the shoulder exercise, and I can increase the intensity by going down. If I'm holding something with my foot, I can grab the TheraBand a bit lower, and that increases the intensity of it. Otherwise, I can whatever intensity that I want to go at. If it's feeling sore one day, I go a bit easier. If it's feeling better one day, I can go a little bit harder. I feel like I'm getting slightly stronger with it, but every day that I do it, it's like pain, but it feels really good afterwards. It feels like must just be like the blood getting pumped through the shoulders. It feels like there's like a little man inside my shoulder, and he's just like massaging the sore part, making it feel a bit better. And so even if I can do those sorts of things in the morning before I go to work, I know that when I get back home, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Like, I could do more of those shoulder exercises, but I just do a little bit each day, and I just want to take it, just a few steps each day and see if I can improve over time. I don't want to go too hard and end up injuring myself even more. And basically that's what I've been doing with my exercise in general. Like at one stage, I I understand what it takes to get in really good shape, I suppose. At one stage of my life, for about 3 months, I worked out pretty hard at the gym, which is probably the reason why my shoulders are fucked. Anyway, yeah, for about 3 months of my life, I worked out fucking crazy. Was at the gym, it started off slow, maybe a couple times through the week, waking those muscles up. Anyone who knows, hasn't been to the gym for a while, or has done some sort of, hasn't done exercise for a bit, and then all of a sudden they lift weights, the next day is fucking hell, bro. It's fucking, it fucking sucks. I remember this one time, I hadn't been in a gym since I'd left school. We had a gym at our school, and I was probably, was I still in school? Anyway, the types of workouts, I went to the gym with my brother and his friends, and the types of workouts they were doing, I'd never done before. Like, I don't do bench press, bro. I don't do that sort of stuff. I'm not very good at that stuff at all. As far as that go, I'm more of like as a kid, I was more of an endurance kind of person. I was like always running around and fucking doing long runs and playing soccer and shit. Like, it's more of an endurance game. Like, it is soccer is quite explosive. But you have to, it is, you need to have that endurance as well to sort of last through the game, I suppose. You need to have endurance as well as being explosive, I suppose. Anyway, you got to be fit. And so I'm more of that kind of person. Anyway, fucking did these gym exercises. I think there was fucking bench press, and then there was fucking, I think, what was it, chest and fucking tries or some shit I must have done. Chest and tries. I think that's usually the way that they go about it. I can't really remember. And anyway, I did that, and the next day, like, I worked out pretty fucking hard. I felt good. I didn't feel like shit. I felt like I could really give it my all, so I did. I fucking went hard. But the next day, man, I felt like I honestly felt like I was dying. I was like, I've gone way too fucking hard. And the dumb fucking thing is, I went out drinking with my friends the very next day, the day after, right? So I've gone to the gym. The next day, I'm in fucking hell. My arms are fucking dead. Like, they were so dead. Like, I was at work and I was trying to jump from the ground into the back of the ute, which, as a young person who'd played, was pretty athletic as a kid, jumping from the ground into the ute with the fucking with the lid down, or whatever you call it, the fucking, you know what I mean? I don't know what it's called. The fucking, you know what I'm talking about. You jump in the back. Anyway, what was I talking about? Okay, yeah, I was jumping into the fucking ute. And my arms were that fucking dead. I jumping, like, I just couldn't, like my arms just weren't working. I felt like I just wanted to collapse. I was just fucked. And so that must have been a Friday, I would imagine. And then I went drinking with my friends that same night. And I tell you what, woke up on the Saturday with my head pounding, my arms. And here's the other thing. Not only do your muscles hurt really bad the next day, they hurt even worse 2 days later. Well, at least for me anyway. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I'm pretty sure the thing is, if you're not hurting the very next day, the day after that, you fucking will be hurting. It's usually any exercise that you do, usually 2 days after you know, the second day after you work out or do any exercise is usually the worst, by what I've experienced. So if you're not hurting the very next day, the day after that, you will fucking feel it. It's like a delayed reaction for some fucking reason. It's like your body all of a sudden goes, oh, wait. Oh, remember that fucking exercise you did a couple of days ago? Well, fuck, I'm sore now. Well, Jesus Christ, body. Couldn't you have gotten that shit out of the way fucking yesterday? Fucking whatever else. I don't give a shit. Fucking, what was I talking about? Talking about fucking working out and being in pain. Went out drinking with my that's it. Went out drinking with my mates. Was already in pain. The next day, even fucking worse. Muscles feel like they're about to explode. I feel like they're just burning, bro. And I know nothing about nutrition, know nothing about protein shakes or anything like that. And, perhaps maybe if I would have fucking chugged a protein shake or some shit, maybe it might not have been as bad. But I feel like it would have been still pretty fucking shit. Massive headache, fucking chest, and fucking, I think it must have been tries. I feel like we did just arms in general. Because I remember all my fucking biceps and all the way down my fucking, I don't even know what things called anymore. Your forearms, bro. That's just a normal thing. All the way down my forearms and my biceps, and just the whole front section I remember being really sore. So maybe I did chest, and who gives a fuck? My arm, I was fucked. And so, what was the point of all that? I think I had a fucking message I was going to wrap this all up with, but I can't remember what it was. I think I'm just going to cut it off there. No, the whole reason why I'm telling you that is because I stopped doing exercise when I turned 18, bro. No, when I turned 19, when I got a missus, no. We all blame it on the missus. It's not their fault. It's our fault. If you are out of shape, and you can do something about it, it's your fucking fault. Don't blame it on anyone else. It's no one else's fault but your own, all right? Get in the gym, go for a walk. Yeah, here. Look, dude. Eat less and walk your dog more. You'll lose weight. If it takes 2 years, it takes 2 years. If it takes fucking 5 years, it takes 5 years. But if you eat less and walk your dog, you'll lose weight. That's just how it works. Eat less shit, especially less shit. Stop putting burgers in your fucking face. Stop eating fucking Maccas and shit. I've just got some fucking notifications on this computer. Fuck off. All these notifications and shit. Stop putting burgers and fucking chips and the stupid shit in your face and eat more vegetables and fruit. And get a dog. If you don't have a dog, get a friend. Go for a walk with your friend. If you don't have a friend, put a podcast in your ear holes or some music. Go for a fucking walk, bro. And absorb fucking nature too, but while you're doing that. And here's why, like, I'm not even in shape now. I'm not a fucking fit dude or anything. But this is what I'm saying. Like, when I was at uni for like 2 years, and I couldn't afford to go out and eat Maccas, because if I ate one meal that cost $10, I could have bought a whole tray of chicken breasts that could have lasted me for fucking a few days. You know what I'm talking about? So you buy chicken breast and you go to Aldi or something like that, and you get 4 chicken breasts or something like that, and you ration it out, so you got 4 between 2 people. You know, you get a couple of days out of that, man. Or, you know, if you fucking let it last, you eat less. Make it last, and you eat less. And I literally we had to at times. Like, we had to, I'm a person, I like to eat, dude. That's why I got fat. I like to eat, bro. And especially when you go to the gym, you get hungry, dude. And that's what I realized, is that if you go to the gym a lot and you work out hard and then stop, your appetite doesn't just disappear. It's like you've increased your stomach somehow, and so you still need to fill that space, or I don't know why, but you just don't. I just didn't lose the appetite, so I wasn't burning any calories, and I didn't lose the appetite. So I just ate the way that I felt like I ate because I was hungry, right? And I put on fucking weight, dude. And when I went to uni, it was like I couldn't eat shit. I couldn't eat as much as I would want to. And we went for walks because, you've got information going into your brain all the time, and sometimes it just gets a bit stressful. So you just take your dog for a walk to get away from all the shit. And yeah, we would go on fucking huge walks. We didn't even realize that we were walking very far, and we sort of mapped it out that we were walking like 6Ks, like most days through the week. Which, if you're just taking your dog for a walk and you're just going for a casual, all it started off was a casual stroll, and by the end of those 2 years, I look back on the pictures now. Now I look back on the pictures and I thought I was fat then, and then look back on the pictures and I was like, holy fuck, I actually got pretty skinny. All I did was not eat shit, ate less, and walked more, and I was pretty happy, dude. Like, I'm not I've said this before. Those were the best 2 years of my life. Not to mention I got better sleep too. Because this is one thing that I found, because I started work, I worked out, I graduated school, went and worked first, then went to uni. I found that the hours of uni, uni hours were pretty easy. I don't even think that I don't even remember setting an alarm through those 2 years, because it was like, what, you want me to be at uni at 9 o'clock? Fucking easy. I go to bed at fucking midnight, wake up at 8 o'clock. You get 8 hours sleep. It was just, yeah. I mean, I feel like if I would have went to uni straight away, I wouldn't know that concept of like time usage, and whatever else, and sleep deprivation. When you've been deprived of sleep from working, like when you go to work, when you go into work, you got to be there on time, right? Especially when your boss fucking up your ass. I mean, that's just, common sense. You turn up to work on time, right? And preferably they would prefer you to be there at least 10 minutes earlier so they can get everything prepped and primed and whatever else and get the day rolling. So sometimes you got to go to sleep at a certain time, right? You go to sleep at a certain time, you wake up at a certain time. Sometimes you just can't go to sleep, but you still got to get up at the same fucking time, go to work, be there on time, whatever else, do your fucking job, get through the day. You get home, you're fucking tired, and then you do go to sleep because you're tired a bit earlier. And then you wake up earlier and realise, oh, I've still got another 2 hours left. So you sleep for those extra 2 hours, and then you wake up feeling worse. You should have just got up those extra 2 hours earlier. God damn it. But then I went to uni. I was like, fuck, dude, this is a breeze as far as, sleeping goes. I got the best fucking sleeps. The best fucking sleeps through uni. And I know there's probably people, if there's anyone here listening that's doing uni and has kids, fuck, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm totally bragging right now. I'm totally bragging. But I'm not meaning to. I'm just saying that, it was fucking awesome. I really enjoyed it. Those are the best 2 years of my life, man. I think, honestly, probably part of the reason why they were the best 2 years of my life is because I was always not sleep deprived. I always had good sleep. Oh, fuck yeah. And, I realised I'm a bit late with this episode, actually. Last weekend, usually I do the episodes on the weekends. I just got a bit lazy. Didn't do it. I feel like I lost a part of my weekend on the Sunday because I had to start work at fucking 2:30. When your body clock is in a particular pattern, then all of a sudden it gets broken again. It's hard to, it fucking pisses me off. It does. It fucking drives me up the wall, bro. Because some fucking person, people have got their jobs to do too. So we're a supplier. We supply, and they demand. That's how it works, right? Fucking 2:30, man. So that means I had to go to sleep. If I wanted to get 8 hours of sleep, that's just how I worked it out. You have to go to bed at 5:30 in the afternoon to wake up at 1:30. Give yourself, wake up an hour before. Give yourself time to make. This is how I do it. Other people do it differently. But I'm giving you a brief rundown of my fucking is the start of my day. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I wake up, make my lunch, make a coffee. So boil the kettle. Meanwhile, while the kettle's boiling, make coffee in the cup, milk first. That's what I do. Milk first. Then whilst that's all going on, quickly, a tin of salmon or something, a fucking muesli bar, make a sandwich, in you go. Maybe some leftovers from the night before, whatever. Two pieces of fruit if I've got it. One piece of fruit, two pieces of fruit, whatever. In the fucking thing, lunch is packed. Coffee's made, chug it. Righto, coffee's done, brush your teeth. Give the missus a kiss. See you later. That's how I work. 1:30. But yeah, 8 hours of sleep, 5:30 in the afternoon, wake up at 1:30. But dude, my body clock was designed, I was designing it for 3:30, and you've just gone and fucking disrupted my whole life now, mate. And so the very next day, because I can't fall asleep at fucking 5:30 in the afternoon, because on Saturday night I fell asleep like a normal fucking person. On the weekend, they usually go to bed late. I mean, I do. And I slept in on the Sunday, as you do. You sleep in on... That's what Sundays are fucking for. You sleep in on Sundays. And then... So, a sleep in on the Sunday combined with, trying to go to sleep at 5:30 in the afternoon. It just doesn't... You just can't fall asleep. And so, you don't get those hours in. And so, you wake up tired, as you do. fucked all day, get home, you're tired, and as soon as you sit on that couch, your eyes start getting heavy. And it's inevitable. If you don't fucking start moving, you're going to go to sleep. And that's exactly what I did. Fell asleep. But I had to fall asleep again at 5:30 in the afternoon. I had to be up and ready at 1:30 again. Motherfuckers. It's a hard knock life. And yeah, so the last couple of days I was trying to convince myself to do an episode yesterday, because I finished at 2:30 and didn't have to start work again till about a bit later, about 6 or something this morning, which, I mean, that's early for some people. I'm starting work at 6. Well, dude, I've got to get up at 4 or 5 or something, 4:30 or something. Like my late start is 6 o'clock, dude. I once wrote a song called Blankets about not wanting to get up at 5 in the morning because I wanted to sleep in. How naive was I? Which brings me to this point. On a lot of occasions, it can always be worse. There are probably times where it's as bad as it will get, and when that gets bad, it's fucking bad. That's like genocide shit. That's bad. But when you're just living a normal life and you're thinking, oh, I got to get up at 4. Oh, this is terrible. It can be fucking worse, which is exactly what I was fucking talking about. Here I am complaining about getting up at fucking 5 in the morning to start work for 6:30, and I think I'll still complain about it, but I know better now. I know better. And hopefully by knowing better, I can do better. Yeah. Just checking the video and seeing if that's still going. Still laggy as fuck though. I've got my trusty old beer here, which is usually like a baby to a bottle. You give me just one singular beer, and it'll put me to sleep. It's, by the way, it's like fucking, while I'm recording this, it's like 10 to 8 at night. I've just done a normal day's work, came home and said to myself, do a fucking episode, you pussy. And then I was coming in to do it, and then I had to cook dinner. And I was like, oh, I've got to cook dinner though, so fucking, I can't. Trying to be lazy, I don't know why I'm being lazy about this though. I don't know why. I think there's a part of me that wants to, I enjoy pretending like I'm talking to someone and just talk. I'm enjoying talking to myself, man. Because I get to talk. I just get to fucking say shit and process things. And that's mainly what this was about in the first place. I was calling this a COVID-19 fucking thought diary, and this is exactly what it is. It's a fucking thought diary. It's me putting my thoughts onto a canvas. And so I don't know why I feel lazy about doing that. It's just me talking. I feel like if you want to do it well, it's hard because you listen to people talk that do it all the time. No ums or ahs, no whatever. No, like I do all the fucking time. They're just straight from. It's like when they talk, they've got section A and section B, and you know they need to get from section A to section B, and all in between there is words, and they just hit their targets, man. They're just like, I need to talk about this and this and blah, blah, and they just fucking flow, and they just do it, and they just hit their targets, and they just have one conversation, one section to the other section, and I don't always have that, man. I need to sit there and think about things, and I ponder. And you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it takes me a while to process things, and I must admit, sometimes I get a little bit worried. I sit down and I'm like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? But then you just start saying shit, and it just flows out of your fucking face. And I feel like I have things to say, but nothing really important. I don't really have anything important to say. I've got, my mind is always racing with something, whether it be fucking work related, music related, maybe I'm upset about something. Maybe, now that we're here, so got up the other morning, and the first thing I always do is I keep a water bottle beside me and my phone. So every time I get up in the morning, I grab my water bottle, I grab my phone, and I head to the kitchen to make myself a fucking coffee, right? Get myself kick-started. But this particular time, I reached for the phone first, then grabbed my water bottle, and I thought, has this phone become more important to me than one of the most important things that you can induce that keeps you alive? Has this phone become more important to me than the thing that keeps me alive? You know, first of all, air. I'm pretty sure this is how it works. If you're without oxygen for 4 minutes, you die. I think if you're dehydrated and without water for 4 hours, it can be fatal, I believe. I'm not really sure on that. I could research it, but I'm not going to. I could do that. Let's research it. So, let's have a look at this. How long can you survive without water? There we go. It's already in there. A human can go without food for about 3 weeks, but would typically only last 3 to 4 days without water. Okay, days. Okay, I thought it was hours. Anyway, so you can go up to 4 days without water, according to the first thing that comes up in Google. All right, whatever. But my life would never cease to exist if this wasn't in my life. You know what I mean? You know, not having that in my life will not kill me within any matter of days. In fact, perhaps the radiation within the phone might kill me sooner. But yet, this thing becoming more important to me than one of the most important things that keeps me alive? And it got me thinking, there's something about this phone. There's something about all phones. And I had three things that I figured, that I realized that the three things that make this product the perfect product is that it's reliable, it's dependable, and it's addictive. Right? You put all three of those things together and you can't get enough of the fucking thing. You got all of those, you got social media that's totally addictive. We all already know that. The notifications, the fucking likes, all that sort of stuff. Someone messaged me, I feel desired. That's probably another thing, feeling desired. It works, so it's dependable. And so it's reliable. It just works. So you mean you plug your phone into a charger and it fucking works. Like if you got internet, it you can research something and it reliably it gets you from A to B as far as information, and you've got your clock, you've got your calculator, so you can depend on it. You know what I mean? You can if I don't have a calculator, at least I can depend on my phone. If I don't have an alarm clock, at least I can depend on my phone. If I can't make it to the bank in time to do my banking, fuck it. I've got internet. I've got internet banking. It's dependable. You can depend on that phone, and reliably it will get you to where you want to go. As long as it can't, you can't hop on it and have it drive you somewhere. It doesn't get you from A to B that way. It gets you from A to B with information and all things internet related. The perfect fucking thing. It's the perfect object, the perfect thing ever sold. It's I would say it's probably one of the most perfect things ever sold. And Steve Jobs figured that out. He figured out how to make something so good you couldn't resist it. Makes me wonder, and I haven't finished it, but there's a Jerry Seinfeld comedy special on Netflix. He touches on this idea. And I don't know if it's his original idea. I don't know if it's been an idea before. I don't know. But am I taking this phone with me because I want to, or because it wants me to? You know what I mean? We've all heard of the thing. Have we all heard of it? If you haven't heard of it, the whole AI thing where, the robots will eventually take over and we are, I don't know where the quote comes from, we are the sex organs of artificial intelligence or something like that. What if, I can't, look, I'm sure that it's all make-believe, but imagine if Steve Jobs, thinking that he has to make this product, it's not actually, there's frequencies and shit going through the air all the time, bro. I'm just imagining, I'm just talking shit, I'm just imagining stuff. The frequencies get inside this, and the robots, they attack his mind specifically because they know that for some reason this guy's crazy enough to make the shit happen. There's other people out there that are just as smart, if not smarter, than this guy, but have the intelligence not to make it happen, or the willpower not to make it happen, because they know if they did, it would mean complete destruction for all humanity. But this guy, this motherfucker, Steve motherfucking Jobs, he's crazy enough to make this shit happen. And the fucking frequencies are getting to his head, and they're planting fucking ideas, and he's got this idea, and I don't know how to make this happen. He doesn't know how to make it happen. He makes all of his scientists do these things because he has the ideas, but they have the fucking intelligence to know how to actually put it together, right? But this motherfucker is crazy enough to push for that sort of shit to work. Right? This motherfucker's just made the perfect fucking product. We all have it in our pockets. And it's all undeniable. We can't deny these fucking things. If you don't have internet these days, you're in the fucking Stone Ages. Basically. Why go into the bank and do your banking when you can just do online banking? Don't be a fucking noob. There's internet everywhere. Dude, why are you going to the bank for? Dude, why would you go to the bank when you could just do online banking, bro? Dude. Fuck off, Billy. Fuck off, Billy. Which was what we should say. But no, that's not how it works. Scientists push us forward, and we follow like fucking sheep. Look, we need scientists. I'm not saying that we don't. I'm just saying that, you know, hospitals need great technology. Do we really need this technology in our hands 24/7? Yeah, 24/7. We fall asleep with this fucking shit in our hands, man. Like, we watch YouTube videos and fall asleep to that shit. Wake up, oh, I gotta get up for work. Like, that shit happens. We fall asleep. These things are in our hands 24/7. And you know, who's to say that these things aren't sending out little fucking frequency waves to each other? I don't know. I'm sure they're not. Or into your fucking head. This is why you're depressed. This is why your life sucks. You know, getting into your fucking head, like this. Your life sucks. And then all of a sudden you're miserable. You hate yourself. These fucking things, dude, they're doing it to us. We had no reason to compare ourselves, you know, fucking at least 20 years ago. We had no reason to compare our lives to other people. Maybe because of Hollywood and shit like that. Maybe. But, like, I remember feeling, like a normal fucking kid. Then all of a sudden, I get to compare myself to other people. And these fucking things, I'm on to you. I'm on to you, phones. They're gonna take over if we're not careful. And that's not me saying that. That's like, who is it? Stephen Hawking's, I believe. Am I even saying his name right? I don't have much confidence in myself with this. Stephen. Yes, I'm sure. I don't want to research it too much because we can get into a real rabbit hole here, but I'm sure he mentioned something about us having to he was just saying, be careful, because if we let robots get ahead, they fucking will get ahead, man, and then we're slaves to the robot universe, and we're fucking Elon Musk has already said we're basically this is not my words. These are coming from much more intelligent people than me. Elon Musk said that we're basically cyborgs anyway, because we walk around with these machines. We're basically, our identity is attached to this phone, and this phone is attached to our identity. We are cyborgs, bro, basically. Holy fuck, this has gotten deep at the end. I was just talking about gyms, dude. Going to the gym and working out like a fucking knobhead. and now I'm talking about artificial intelligence. Jesus Christ. Anyway, it's fucking at an hour, and I have to go to bed. This has been enjoyable. This has been good. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate anyone who's listening. I fucking love you, man. Or woman. If you're a woman, I still call you man. I'm sorry. That's what I do. I call everyone man. My dog walks into the house after he's just chucked the piss in the morning. Hey man, what's going on? And I talk to myself like he's talking to me, like, no, oh, I'm not bad, Dad. Oh, I'm a knobhead. Anyway, it's time to clock off. It's time to go. Fucking love yous. See yous next time.